goals with your spouse. Uh, Sorry, just give me a couple minutes. I was not prepared for the Facebook to do the log, and it just goes to show you can have the best internet and still log, even right now, just like now. I can see myself logging back, but who cares? So we're going to do this and let it render and see what happens. So this past weekend, my wife and I, Christina, was down in Florida with two massively, it's undescribable couple. For the love of God, they showed us, and we were talking about some things, but the thing that kind of hit my heart the most was at the end when we kind of broke out and talked to each other about how being in business can put a strain on your marriage. And I never really thought of it that way. Until then. And it kind of hit me hard. When we go in business with your spouse, or you're doing something with your spouse, it can really play a toll on you. You start something new, you start doing something good towards creating better things. The devil hits you hard. And I can say this week, 3 days in a row, I've personally been attacked pretty hard over a couple things. Now, just different things. Nothing I couldn't handle. But after leaving those conversations, I just thought, wow, we're on the right path. And that's the problem. We are on the right path. We know what's going to happen, what we're going to achieve, but it's a matter of working together to achieve that goal. I've posted before here. You actually can read the whole guide. Again, it's called A Couple's Guide to Working Towards Goals with Your Spouse. And and it goes back to the very first thing that I read, that you can read on here. And it says, there's an old saying, the family that prays together stays together. Today, many experts believe that you could be extended to say that couples who share all types of values and goals are likely to have a stronger relationship and experience it with more success. Now I want to back up to the couples that pray together, stay together. We all have no guarantees in life. We all can make our own choices, okay? And like I was told before, I'm not a marriage counselor, neither is my wife, and neither was these people. But their heart was in the right place. So what you do with what you learn and hear is on you. Okay, it's not on me. I don't want to hear, well, Josh said this, and it didn't work, and now our marriage is all apart. Because that's not true. It's on you. You're the man or you're the woman. You make those decisions yourself. Why struggle on your own when you and your significant other and can support each other, living out your own dreams? When I've been not doing internet marketing for a long time the wrong way, and the wrong way was I never included my spouse in anything. When it come to this, I thought, oh, she can't do this, she won't do that, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, boom, Okay? What a smack in the forehead there. Really should be a foot up my ass, because now that I've involved my wife, I've seen a, a, a glow, an excitement. To me, that's priceless. I can't buy that. It doesn't matter how much money we make or have made or any of that. You cannot pay, you cannot put a price tag on that at all. So that's what I'm telling you. For the longest time, I hid things and did things all by myself. I've come closer to my wife now in these past couple days because we're both excited. And I hope that makes sense and take it to heart. So, for you guys out there, be the man. Put your pride aside and don't complain when something's not going right or she's not doing something right. And for me, I'm a very strong D personality person, okay? So I just am like with most people, like, just get out of my road, let me get it done because I can get it done faster. But now I have peace, and you can't put a price tag on that. And I'm not saying it's perfect or anything like that, but we've created this group called Everlasting Creators, basically so like-minded entrepreneurs can come together and we can share ideas what we're doing. Don't be afraid to hit me up on Messenger. But some of the tips here that that I just got done posting, if you look at the post, um, set joint goals. There you go again, joint goals. It has to be together. Maybe it's her doing this, and he doesn't want to part of anything. Okay, it's it's baby steps. When you first were born, you couldn't walk. Okay, first your mom held you, your dad, whatever, and then you learn to crawl. Then you learn to pick yourself up. Then you learn to kind of walk a little bit. It's kind of funny if y'all think back to those moments. And when we look at our own kids, or maybe you don't have kids, or you see somebody's kids, when they're first trying to walk, and you know, but when you're first trying to walk, what happens? Your parents there, and they're going to grab a hold of you and help you. So think about that with your spouse. Same thing goes when they first start. They're going to fall, and you're going to grab them and say, "Hey, you can do this," and that's what you should do. It shouldn't be get out of my road kind of bullshit. Okay. And again, it took me a long time to see that. 10 years. 10 years probably, I would say, at least. But now, we're setting goals together. We're pointing together. We're agreeing on stuff. I mentioned something the other day about, well, we should do this. And she's like, no, 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 no. We're not doing that. Okay, get rid of these colors. That's, awful. You know how bad that hurt me? Because you know how long I've had my branding collars? But what she said to me made sense. So that's the deal. She's a part of it. Make her a part of it. And when I use she, that's because it's my wife. Okay, you use whoever you want to use. Um, and the other thing is sharing encouragement. I know the other day she was trying to get on a webinar. The webinar was 6 hours long. And I FaceTime her. I said, "Hey, why ain't you on the webinar?" She said, "Well, I can't get on." I said, "Come on, go over to your computer. You can do this. You can get on there. Flip your phone around. Let me see what you're doing." And after I got her on there, Okay, I was away, and when I got back, she was still on there. I was like, holy crap. I mean, seriously, shit. And I was disappointed because I couldn't be on there, and I kind of, was a little pissy with myself towards her, but not in that kind of way. Like, I was jealous. She was taking all kinds of notes and doing all kinds of things. But if I didn't encourage her at that point in time, she could have sat on the couch and just said, "Screw this. I'm not going to do it." Okay? But she didn't. So there's another thing. The other thing is hang in there. Later on that night, so see, you want to see how the devil works later on that night? Something happened, and we got in a big fight about crap or something. And she said, "I don't want to do this anymore. Just take me off everything. I don't want to do nothing." I said, "Okay." But then, you know what happened? We prayed, even though she's pissed at me. And, you know, it was hard for me to understand where she's coming from because I'm strong. I'm a strong D. Men are not emotionally driven, and this was a very emotional thing for her. So it meant a lot for her. And I finally looked at her and said, "Okay, what you want? You need me to be there. You want me to be over here? I'll be there." I changed my schedule, and guess what? I was there. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of something. Um, the other thing says marry someone that's conscientious. Studies show that your spouse has a major impact on your career path. And I'm going to tell you something. She does. When my wife comes in and she is pissed off at me or she gets mad at me about something, I just say the hell with it. I don't want to do nothing for nobody. Okay? I figure, why do I want to build that for somebody? Here I've done all this stuff and you're coming in. Then I have to step back. These past couple of days, I've really, I think, made a change in myself of looking at what I was doing wrong. So I stepped back and just was like, you know, it can't be that way. But you have to, if your significant other is pissed off at you, us guys, we don't want to do nothing. So there's a little tidbit for you ladies. Pisses off and we don't want to do nothing. Okay? Now, if we make you women mad, here's what happens. You're like, "Oh, I'm going to prove him I can do this bullshit." And you do. And that's what you do. So it's kind of the reverse effect. But that's because, men and women are different. Okay? Just face it. You know, we need to be realistic. Um, God will reward us, or whatever your higher being may be, or maybe not. That's your choice. This is just me, okay? You can take whatever you want out of it, but I'm not going to give up my faith. Okay, so take it for what it is. You need to set these goals that are in reach. One of the neat things that we learned was they don't have to be big things when you don't have lots of money. Okay? Uh, One of the stories I'll share, and, again, I'm not sharing the names because I highly respect this other couple, was about ice cream. Setting a goal to go out for ice cream. I thought that was neat. I mean, we've done that in our marriage too, where you're like, man, I just don't want to spend a lot of money. But I would say for the ladies, just being there, taking them anywhere, uh, means so much to them. The other thing, so all these things that was talked about, uh, provide the next thing, number two, provide progress reports. You know, you can easily lose track of things that you're doing. Okay, so let's just be real. We should be able to prove to our spouse what we're doing, and the same goes from the other. They should be able to prove, and we need to prove to people and stay on check. Hey, you know, I got something to do tomorrow. You know, could you make sure that I do that? Because you know, maybe I'll come in and feel like just sitting down in a chair. But you know, it's without your spouse, man. And I can only speak that way. I can't speak as a single person. Is don't exclude them ever. Okay? Don't exclude your spouse. Um, I'm doing a lot of ums. I just got so much going through my head, so it's kind of crazy, you know. I guess it's kind of a nervous thing, you know, because a lot of times I don't like to talk about my personal life or anything that's going on. We need to take turns with each other. Maybe she can't create something that you're trying to create. So for me, maybe she can't use Canva. But I say, here, you want to try Canva out? And let her try. Hell, maybe she'll be good at it. Maybe she'll be better than you. Um, you know, when the time comes and there's maybe an argument, when you need to calm down. You need to like listen, say, hey, can we agree to disagree, and just walk away, and go with that. Because if you don't, it's going to cause problems. And if you can pray on something for a while, that will help a lot. I've kind of done that on some of the stuff. We couldn't come up with ideas of things, and you know, boy, the next morning you wake up and you got it in your head, and you got to weigh the risks of everything. Okay, if I spend this $20 over here, the way the economy is today, you know, whether you're a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or a zero income earner or whatever, you're just barely getting by. You got to think about if we spend this $20, we may not eat tomorrow. So is it really worth it? Or is there a way that you can do something to get that $20 so that you can do what you need to do? There's all kinds of ways. You're going to fail. You're going to have disappointments. You have to get up, brush your damn self off. You know how many times I fell flat on my face doing stuff? But you need to enjoy the process. Um, you have to have realistic, measurable goals. Uh, they'll help you become more successful. And always revitalize your relationship. Always, and when I say that, I mean, some days you're not going to want to work with your partner. The next time, you know, you need to work with them. You need to team up and set the goals so that you're both accountable. So that's kind of basic. What's my overview of the article that I just posted before. If you want to go back and like and share it, like and share this video, we would greatly appreciate it. Uh, Spread the word. We want to build this massive community. Uh, we're very passionate about what we're doing, and there are going to be other things on here. It's not going to be about relationships, or things like that. It's all business, and this is a part of your business. You have to think about the things you're doing with your spouse, and this is how people end up cheating on each other, because they end up, uh, you know, burying themselves in a job and forgetting that their spouse is there. You got to take a break. Guys, do not do that kind of stuff. Do not do it. You know, one last thing that I would like to share that we learned was, now this for me, for my faith, whatever it is for you, it's God, it's you, then it's your spouse, then it's your kids, then it's your parents, okay, then it's your extended family, then it's your damn business. Understand that, guys. Okay, and here's the best way to do it. And I've done this a long time ago, but not thinking about the procedure. I've taught my kids to think about a bullseye. Those people in that bullseye are the most important people to you. And when I was teaching them, it was we, as your immediate family in this house, are the most important people to you. Now, I didn't put God in there because we talk about that. And then I said, the next thing, it just goes out around. Then it's like your grandparents, okay? It's the same theory, your grandparents. But it should be you, you know, however you want to do it. Just my opinion. The bullseye for kids should be God. And then because they're growing up, the next circle should probably be their parents for advice if they got, or a good mentor. Then their grandparents, extended family, and your friends. And here's what I've told my kids about your friends. You're going to go to school with all these people, and you're going to get in trouble, and you're going to do all kinds of things. But in the end, when you walk across that stage, most of the time, those friends are not going to pay your bills. They're not going to get you that job, and you're not going to be able to move forward. So that's a little message for the younger generation. Call it old school, call it whatever you want. But anyhow, please like, share this video. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate everybody out there, and God bless. Love you guys.